And now the price for our venue became 3 times.
Was it not down?
No,
almost 3.
It was not. It was 3 times, almost 3 times.
Because of extra things.
And then our guest list.
Okay.
A sore topic.
Yeah, hot topic. But I think it's like that for every wedding.
For every wedding,
yeah.
like.
So your picture session is not a tense.
Sorry, but guys, situation. You know, couple of times you look at
yeah, they can see you there taking pictures.
That juice that was on my table was my boobs. I was just pouring it in the glass, so you know. I was very, very in the mood. Had to be. Yeah, also, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I can finally say welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Yep, episode 2.
My name is Victoria and this is my husband Colin.
Hi guys.
And we are the Tatinyanis. Before I can go any further, thank you so much for my previous video. I saw your guys' likes, I saw your guys' comments, the follows, the sharing on different platforms. That was really nice. Thank you so much. And I feel like for our first ever video, that went really, really well. Better than I had ever expected, to be quite honest. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. So on today's episode, we are gonna go a little deep. Nothing too hectic, but we're gonna be talking mainly about our wedding journey, our wedding planning journey, the challenges that we encountered, the things that we were not aware of, what we learned. You know how wedding planning is. It's very stressful. The cost that we could have avoided, the things that we did get right, you know. So that will be on the menu today. Bon appetit.
Because I mean, it's something that people go through once.
Yeah, you know, like with wedding planning, like you go through it once, and sometimes I feel like because most of us do it for the first time, most of the time we like get it wrong here and there. So we are just gonna share our journey and how the road to becoming Mrs. went.
The inside story. What you see on Instagram is the outside story.
It's the perfect pictures, you know, the perfect reels. But, you know, there was a lot that went into it. So that's what we'll be sharing today.
But before we go into that, just for those who are not there, how was your wedding? Like, how did you plan it? What was like, you know, the general idea of your perfect wedding?
My perfect wedding, my perfect wedding was a small wedding, like a small, intimate, because I'm not like, I don't know how to put it.
You're not like, you don't have a big circle.
Yeah, I don't have a big circle. So I only wanted people that I care about. I care about everyone, but like I wanted like close friends and close families at my wedding. And I feel like my mistake was also thinking that small is equivalent to affordable.
Yeah, that's the common misconception.
There's one thing I learned is that small is not equivalent to affordable. But yeah, that was my idea of a perfect wedding. Like have a small ceremony and then have like the reception of friends and family. What did you want?
For me, the biggest thing was just an organized wedding. So with small weddings, it's easier to keep it organized. So it's a bit different from the cost. You think small equals low cost, which in some cases is not the case. But when it comes to order, it's actually easier to keep a wedding organized if it's like a small crowd. So for me, that was the biggest thing. I wanted a wedding that's just, you know, enjoyable. People should enjoy. So there were certain things that I liked. You know, later on we'll talk about some of the things we're proud of. So I'll highlight some of my things that I've always wanted that actually did happen. So yeah. Let's talk about the venue.
My venue was perfect. Like my venue was everything that I ever dreamed of. The garden, the flowers, the what do you call it? The glass marquee.
Yeah.
The glass marquee was the perfect size. Everything was perfect.
The bridal suit.
Yeah. I didn't see your room.
It was also dope. It's the same concept. It's just that the bridal suit is always extra. But same concept.
Like it was, I don't want to lie, it was so dreamy. Like it was, everything was perfect. It was beautiful. I feel like when I looked at, like the first time you showed me, because you're the one who found it. The first time you showed me, and I'm like, Wams, this feels like an answer to our prayers. And also the tricky thing with us is that we planned our wedding in 3 months. I feel like, guys, don't plan your wedding in 3 months. Like it's just...
Was it really 3 months?
It was. Well, officially, I say 3 months because we got married Mahadi-wise. We got married in December. So our sole focus on the white wedding only started from December. Prior that, it was
general
planning. But its sole focus to the white wedding only resumed from...
Yeah, no, I
understand.
I get you.
So it was stressful. A lot of things happened within the space of 3 months. My dress, your suit, you know. But the venue, when you showed me the venue, I think we found it Cabo Jen.
Yeah.
When you showed me that venue, it was beautiful. The only thing that stressed me though, later on, is that, you know, they advertise a certain price on their website and they don't disclose that that's not what they actually charge.
Or would you say that they may disclose, but because of lack of experience, let's say you're doing it for the first time, there are certain questions that you forget to ask during your first consultation. So they may disclose, but then because you are doing this for the first time, you forget to ask certain questions, which is perhaps why we're doing this video.
You know what I feel like? I feel like because they are service providers, they should have known to disclose certain things. For example, guys, there was a price that they said on their website, but then closer to the wedding, they told us that we have to pay for example, waiters, which was a ridiculous price in my own experience. Like you have to pay for waiters. It is mandatory to have their waiters. Like, you know how some couples choose waiters? You know, we pick kids that we know, like of the right age.
Or you just want a, buffet setup.
You don't want the waiter and stuff. So there was a compulsory fee of waiters, number one. And number two, the using of their kitchen. We had our own chef for our wedding. We were not going to use their catering services. They wanted us to pay for external catering. So if you used internal catering, you were going to have to pay. But then if you use external catering to avoid paying for internal, you also end up paying
more.
And more. You end up paying more because you are outsourcing.
So it's like punishment for not using their chef.
Punishment too.
Yeah, it is, because if you compare the cost, like if you use their chef,
it's lesser.
It's less, and then if you come with your own chef, it's more. But then you might not like their menu, you might not like their food. So now it's okay. Also,
another thing was you had to pay for using the kitchen. Like they asked, is your chef gonna bring the staff? I'm like, no, we're gonna have to use your kitchen. And they're like, okay, there's a fee for using our kitchen. You understand? So overall expense becomes greater than when you just opted with them.
But it's fair. I mean, if you're gonna use someone's kitchen, you do have to pay. But the thing is disclosure.
Yes.
Yeah, disclosure very early in the consultation is very important. Don't disclose when it's time to send out invoices.
Yes.
Which is what I feel like they did.
Happened with us because we paid the initial price and we were like, okay, settled. And they were like, no. These
mandatory things.
And I'm like, whoa. And now the price for our venue became 3 times
Was it not doubt? No,
No,
almost 3.
It was not. It was 3 times, almost 3 times.
Because of extra things.
Yeah, it was 3 times what was advertised. So I'm still traumatized.
But I guess the lesson that we're trying to share, because everyone's wedding is different. You know, different cultures, different backgrounds, different whatever preferences. But the principle is when you search for a wedding venue, inquire about the things that are mandatory. So for some wedding venues, it could be that your decor
it's in-house.
You have to use their photographer. You have to use their chef. Maybe you might have to use their bar. Maybe if you don't use their bar, they charge you more for bringing your own beverages. So inquiring about the mandatory things in addition to the venue hire fee is a lesson that we came out with. So for those who are planning their wedding, just inquire, say, okay, we're here. Your wedding venue fee is 5 rand. We hear that. Now, what else is mandatory from your end?
Compulsory.
And how much are those things going to cost? You'll find that it's 3 times more. And you may not have been ready for that financially, or you may not just even be willing to pay for some things. I remember there were some things on there that I was like, nah. For example, set up and dismantle. You look at that whole thing, you're like, okay, X amount for setup and dismantle. That took 10 minutes most.
And
because I was there during dismantle and setup.
And it didn't take long because remember we said it's a small wedding. So it was like long table set up. Yeah. It wasn't hectic.
The idea was pick a venue that has beautiful aesthetics.
So you don't have to do much decorating.
So that your decor is not a lot.
Yes.
So the setup and dismantle was very, very quick.
Minimal, it was.
But the cost was someone's salary. So, these are things you have to ask. But those are lessons that we learned and perhaps worth sharing to those who are planning, who want to, go through this journey. So I think wedding venue-wise, that's what we have to share.
Okay. And then our guest list.
Okay.
A sore topic.
Yeah, hot topic. But I think it's like that for every wedding.
For every wedding. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like the guest list situation makes me...
Speak your truth. Without name dropping.
I feel like the guest list situation makes me... I don't know. Like, I don't want to doubt myself, but I know I made the right decision. So I wanted a small wedding. I still stand on that. In life we meet a lot of people, but it doesn't make us close. We are just
acquaintances.
Yeah.
Associates.
Yes.
Extended family, extended friend group.
Also, one thing I learned about myself during that process is that I really do give appropriate titles to people. You are not my friend, you're my colleague. You're not my friend, you're my associate. No, we are acquaintances. You are my extended family. Yeah. But then I realized that it's not the same for other people.
To them, you might be closer.
Yeah. Then I actually realized.
Than they are to you.
Yeah, you understand. So sometimes you don't realize that you are much more closer to someone than they are to you. So which causes
a bit of
friction. So I kept my wedding list small. And we had a total number of, how many, baby?
50 people.
We had, total was 55, ne? The 5 were the service providers.
Oh yeah. You need to incorporate your video, sound, cameras. Yeah, those.
We had a total of 55 guests, but the 5 was the service providers, and then our guest list was 50. Yep, 50. So I had immediate family on my side. I had immediate family, and I had some of my aunts. I could call them immediate because I'm from a very huge family, but like we are like tight.
So immediate doesn't always mean
just mom.
Everyone who's immediate. Immediate family could be the ones that are actively involved.
Yes.
In your life.
Yes.
Yeah. So you need to define it.
Yeah.
Down to those terms. You could be an uncle
and then you're
who's like maybe my dad's brother.
And
but then you're not.
You're never there. Like there. I've never heard of you, your story. Like I don't know you like that.
But at the same time, there's another thing that I learned through wedding planning, which is that immediate is not just immediate to you as a couple. Immediate could be immediate to your mom, immediate to your dad. So you have to allocate a certain number to them. And say, who are, say, 5 to 10 people who are very important to you.
10.
Just an example.
Okay.
Who are very important to you, who perhaps aren't that close to me. Because it's also their celebration. And they have to celebrate with people who are close to them too. So immediate is immediate to you, immediate to your parents, maybe 1 or 2 immediate to your siblings. That's immediate. It's not immediate in terms of bloodline and yeah.
You understand. So I feel like I'm proud of how we handled our guest list, even though till date there are certain family members that don't speak to me anymore. For example, there was I can't call it an acquaintance, a Facebook friend, a Facebook follow. Like we chat and stuff, and they're from a completely different province, which is way far away from here. Like we don't talk like that, and we're not close. Like if you ask like the basic questions about me, they probably wouldn't know the answers to, and they still hold a grudge that they didn't get to come to my wedding, and I'm just like, we are not close like that. So I feel like
perhaps to them,
I watch them. That one, like they have they're in their own world. I'm in my own world.
Okay, perhaps it's this game. Perhaps. You know how people plan your wedding in their heads? So they don't have
Which is where the problem starts.
They don't have the details to say, oh, this person's wedding is a small wedding. It's got 50 guests. They have 100 family members. They still have to cut it down. So in that mix, definitely based on our friendship setup, I might not make it and it's cool. I'll congratulate them from far. But they plan their weddings without context of what your plan is. So they're thinking 300 guests, big hall, definitely I'm there. And hence the disappointment.
I totally understand, but I feel like the lesson here is let's try to be considerate. I guess considerate. Like we are happy for you as a couple.
I love your expectations.
But like let's calm down with the expectations. You understand? Because it puts pressure on the couple.
You have so much faith in society.
I do. I want better for them. You understand? So I don't know. I'm still proud of the decision I took. If I had to do it again, I would definitely do it the way I did it.
But what we then did was for our second day, the bride welcoming at home, we opened it to everyone.
Yeah, like literally even Mutwaga next door could come. Like it was a gassy, like wedding. It was.
So it makes it easier to then incorporate everyone.
But then also another thing that I noticed once is that people who didn't get invites to the first wedding, what is uhungala in English?
They just walk away.
Yeah, they didn't. Some there was a small portion, but they didn't want to come to the second wedding because they wanted the first one. So Guys, both weddings are just as important. The white wedding and the welcoming, they are just as important. There's no one that's greater than the other. So if you get invited to the second one, be happy.
Also, remember the second one and the first one are different setups. By setup, I mean the environment is different. The costs are different. The event layout is very different. So if you were to invite 50 people to a bride welcoming, that would just be diabolical. Because the setup is very different. It's at home. There are no restrictions.
Pull out your cars, open the boot.
You know, just chill and let's have fun, let's dance, let's celebrate. The setup allows for you to open, you know, your invite list to more people. And you still you still would like to celebrate with everyone. You know, you don't want to limit. So the first setup is a whole different vibe, different costs, different everything. So it limits you. So people sometimes look at things without context, and then they get mad. But you have to contextualize everything in life.
Yeah, I definitely get you. So that is what we have to share when it comes to managing our guest list. But yeah, we kept it really small. It's not that we don't care about who we didn't invite. It was just a small wedding.
Personal preference.
Yep.
But the biggest lesson that we can share to those who are planning weddings, from me, is that don't have high hopes on society. People are people. They will get mad.
I refuse.
They will take offense. They will take things out of context. People will always be people. So stick to your plan.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I agree with the last part. This is for both the couple and people. For the couple, I'm saying, if you want guest list about 30, please go ahead with guest list about 30 because I am very strict for that. If you want 30, I'm so serious, because at the end of the day, you are the one that gets stuck with the cost and the everything. If you want guest list about 30, happily go with it. And then when it comes to society, guys, please accept when a couple only wants a certain number of people, because you don't know their pockets, you don't know the reason why they decided to go for that number. Like, let's be more focused on being happy for people than being entitled to invites. Like, if guy announce or kanyala, let's say, congratulations, Vicky. It does not make you any less important.
You know those tweets that ask what's your contribution to society? My contribution to society is that even if I don't come to your wedding, we're still good.
Yeah, like we are still I'm happy for you. Like, let's shift our mindsets. Just be more focused on being happy for the couple than being focused on the fact that you were not invited. It does not make you any less important. They probably had their reasons. Just be happy. But unless if it's a 30 guest list and you didn't make it, I'll be mad too. What's your regret? What do you wish you could have done?
It's something that I don't have power over, but my wish would have been to have the matrimonial in a space that matches our guest list.
Yes. Oh, I didn't forget.
You forgot?
I forgot to mention that.
So but we had to have it at a much bigger venue. So
which didn't match the size.
It doesn't match the size. So if you do it at a much smaller venue, or maybe a much smaller space or garden, you are able to curate how it looks, and it's more pleasing to the eye.
We didn't have control over that. We had to have it there.
We had to, which is what was communicated to us. So that's the one thing, I guess. So we've spoken about the the not so great stuff. So let's speak about your favorite moments.
Oh my goodness, I'm always gonna say this. My dress. My dress was the favorite part of my entire day. Every time I just look at myself, every time I catch a glimpse of myself in like a reflection.
Oh, you looked amazing.
Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. Like I loved it. Like it was perfect. It was perfect. Like I don't even got words. My dress was absolutely perfect. I loved the way that lady got it made for me. I loved how she got my measurements right. Like it was just perfect. It was. I've always wanted a dress that's full of that statementing, you know. So it wasn't too, but then it was again like it was beautiful. Check it out on my Instagram if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. How did I look?
Oh my goodness, you looked amazing. You looked so beautiful. Like I feel like when I walked in, when I was walking down the aisle, seeing you calm me down. Like you looked, it felt perfect. Like whatever happened, like that moment just felt like when my eyes landed on you, they were like, okay,
it's happened.
It's happened. Like you were absolutely beautiful. I know I always use beautiful when it comes to you, but you're so beautiful.
You're gonna make me blush. Yeah, for me, my favorite moments were that, like seeing you for the first time. And
did you have any idea that I was gonna go for that kind of look?
Yeah, I know you. So I had expectations. I just didn't know just how amazing it would look.
So you knew that it was gonna be mermaidy and stuff?
Yeah, I knew there'd be a lot of pearls and diamonds. And
really?
Yeah, I know you. So,
I honestly thought that was gonna be a surprise. I knew that you probably know that it's gonna be a mermaid type dress. I didn't know that you were gonna know that it will be that detailed.
No, I know you. So yeah, I was not disappointed. I was quite happy. And another highlight for me was our canopy.
Oh.
It was a nice experience because we our idea was for our wedding to be curated, like a curated experience where you pick out the music for each section. So we picked out the music for the canopy section. So people would have their starters, they'd have their drinks, they'll be taking pictures in a beautiful park, taking pictures with us. And that also makes it a lot less tense while they wait for you as a couple to do your pictures because they're occupied, they're having fun, they're talking, they're vibing, they're eating. So your picture session is not a tense.
It's not a bad guy situation. You know, couple of times
yeah, they can see you there taking pictures and they're also having fun. So that I think I liked that.
And it was very aesthetically pleasing, very heavy on the aesthetics.
Yeah, and then I also liked the timekeeping aspect of our wedding.
It was so punctual, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I won't lie, we had a program. How not at 6 o'clock this is happening?
It happens. 5:30, this, it happens. So
to the T.
So to our
wedding coordinator,
the MC, everyone who was involved in making it timely. Yeah, that was.
Thank you, y'all.
And to us for the planning.
Shout out to us.
Yeah, and keeping those are the advantages of a smaller guest list. You're able to control everything. Also, advantage of having things happen at one venue. Your pictures, your canopies, your reception. Our hope was to also have the matrimonial there. Is that when it all happens in one place, it's so easy to keep time compared to if there's like driving out and in and 300 people. It's just a nightmare. So for us, it was very easy. So everything was timely, man. The reception was nice. The vibes were good. Our DJ
was the best. Yeah, that nigga Red. moods. Like when it was time to eat, he didn't play loud music. It was like soft, allowing conversation. When it's time to dance, he plays the the music felt
He was
right.
tuned in the whole time.
He was tuned in the whole time. There were no awkward moments. Like it was guys, it was seamless. If I could say, that's one of the best weddings I've ever attended. It's just that I was a bride on that day, but best one.
Yeah. I mean, there's the whole mic house pan.
It's like it was so seamless.
Yeah, things are just happy. The sound is crisp. It's not too loud. It's not too soft.
Can I mention one of my favorite moments too? I had a mimosa. I was having mimosas at my wedding. I was not having juice. That juice that was on my table was mimosa. I was just weighing it in the glass, so you know.
Get you into the mood.
I was very, very in the mood.
Yeah.
Had to be. Yeah,
also,
I understand.
Our friends were vibing with us. So when the DJ played a vibey song, they got up, they danced. They were taking content. So it was a nice vibe and experience. Our parents were happy, they were dancing. So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was really nice. I hope you guys enjoy and I hope you guys have a lovely day and I hope my video can relax you and all our newlyweds who plan for their wedding, all the best with it, and I hope you guys get it right. If there's anything that you want to know, you can always ask. Don't forget to I got it right this time. Don't forget to like, first, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification button.
Don't forget to share as well, because we saw the amount of shares on stories, and so yeah, that's also very important. Especially this one, because you might know someone who's planning a wedding, so it's not like a share that's not gonna help. It's a helpful share. Yeah. So yeah.
Signing out.
See you guys next week, Sunday.
Yeah, so it's every Sunday at 12 p.m. Well, every Sunday.
Things happen.
Bye-bye.
Sharp.